We'll do it live! Like Bill O'Reilly. I don't know. Don't like Bill O'Reilly. I'm sure a lot of you don't either. He's a jerk. All by myself. Oh, sorry. I probably just drove half of you away. If you join and you hear that. I'm not seeing anybody now. No one. Everyone who joined is not joined now. Are you closing your laptop?
It got too hot, I think.
Oh, that's weird.
The screen went black. Everything was laggy.
This is weird. Let me see. I need something to support it with. There we go. Well, if anyone joins. No one else is here but us, though.
Once I go live. That is really
Hey, I'm gonna try again. You see his face, but I guess the speaker shut off. It is 4 minutes. I gotta do 24 minutes of pedaling. Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Live for everybody, probably. Jay probably has some technical difficulties right now. Are the comments over my face? Is that what's going on here? The comments over my face. That's okay. I'm gonna start working out. I didn't really have a topic for this. Just wanted to chat while I exercise, and it doesn't look like. Here, wait a minute. Maybe we can do this. There we go. Okay. What can we talk about? What can we talk about? Somebody name a topic. I'll totally go into it. I could talk about why I'm doing this. I don't know. That might bore people. But, okay. Anybody have a topic they want to discuss? I know I'm sounding like a broken record now. I'm not sure what to talk about. I can talk about my cat, Paco. He's orange and he's bad. That's all you need to know, actually. Oh, he loves me a lot. I don't know why. I'm probably not the nicest person in the house to him. Not that I'm mean to him. I'm not mean to animals, but I'm not like particularly. I don't fawn over him or anything. But he likes being near me, and he if he gets into my office, he'll get up by my computer and interrupt my work. I don't know. He's okay sometimes. He's mellowed out a lot. He's 4 years old now. He was not mellow at all up till then. And I have a couple videos of him up on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't done a lot of videos. And a lot of that is just motivation and researching topics so people actually have factual information. I'd like to post factual information there and talk about the topics of the day in an intelligent way. But I'm open to topics if anybody is viewing live right now. I don't know if anyone is, or if people just came on and left. But if you're out there still, say something. Okay. I think I have like a dozen pages, Jay. I think there's like a dozen pages out there that I've made. The most recent one was Followers of Becky, which was started as a joke to piss off a friend of a friend. Hey, Bethany, how are you? Trying to figure out what to talk about here. I started talking about my cat. Which ones do you know, Jay? Well, I have groups. You know, I have the secret group. I have, let's see. I don't know. I have the skeptical Bible reading group, which I haven't really posted in that group for a while. I think I posted something on the page like last month. Hey, Becky. Again, if there's anything you want to talk about, let me know. Any questions you want to ask, go for it. I'm just here hanging out, chatting, looking at your comments, and I'll be doing this till 8 o'clock. So, anything you want to talk about? You want to talk about? Let's see. Oh, it's expensive it's expensive to be poor. I haven't posted there in a while. I have 600 and some followers on that page. My favorite color varies, but blue. I find blue pleasing to the eye. I find a lot of color combinations. I like the aesthetics of a lot of different color combinations, but blue is my favorite.
If you want to get all romantic, it's the color of your wife's eyes.
That's true. If I want to get all romantic, it's the color of Jeannie's eyes. Blue is the color of Jeannie's eyes. She has light blue eyes. And the ring she wears has a blue gem. It's expensive to be poor page I started because I don't think people realize how expensive it is when you can't afford to buy things in bulk. When you can't buy toilet paper and anything but the 4-packs, when you can't buy peanut butter and anything but the tiny jars, all that kind of stuff. You save money in the long run when you can buy in bulk. When you can go to Costco and buy meat, you're going to pay a lot less for that than if you buy it at the deli in the Shop and Save or your little grocery stores. But people can't afford to go to them. People can't afford to buy from them. They got to pay all the money up front. Don't have more than one refrigerator to put stuff in. We do. And I realized all this because I was poor at one point. And, being flat broke sucks. And it's expensive to be poor. It's expensive. And, these heartless people we have in office they don't care. And it's ridiculous. So I did start that page for that reason. I tried to do a giveaway. I still have the Kindle. I was going to give it away when I got 10,000 likes. Oh, boy, was that ambitious. 10,000 likes. I only have 670 likes on that page right now, I think. Yeah, it's such a difference when you can go to Costco, or even if you can go to, Target or Walmart or something, you buy things in a bigger package. You save money because you pay for the packaging when you're broke, and it's ridiculous. So, I have a lot of friends who are hurting. I have some friends that are doing pretty well too, but a lot of my friends are hurting, and I just want to. I see what's happening, and I want to help them, but I don't really have enough to give a whole bunch of money away, but it's just, those are the things that I see, and that's where that page came from. I have that one. I have your mental coffee because my friend Wiley said that every day he wakes up and sees my rants, and it was his mental coffee, so I named it after that. I don't post to that page all that much. I rant to my timeline more than anything. I've always said I want to be a writer. I write all the time. I just don't get paid for it. So that's a big problem. I really need to monetize my writing. I've tried before. Oh, yeah, Bethany, late fees. That's the thing I've talked about. Late fees, bank overdraft charges, rent to own centers. Oh, those are a big fuck you to the poor. Oh, man. The rent to own places. Oh, you can afford to go here. You just have to give references, but you're going to pay twice. You're going to pay twice what you would normally pay. A lot of people do, Becky, but a lot of people do hate writing. I was actually going to teach writing in college. It's one of the things. That's what I was going to go to, but now I have a career and it got in the way. I work for FedEx, and I am an IT professional for them. I work from home. I've had a home office for 9 years, and it's really great working from home. Oh, payday loans. I was caught in that cycle too, Jay. Payday loans are terrible. They're absolutely terrible. My parents actually helped me break that cycle. They actually let me borrow some money, and I didn't have to pay them back right away, and I could pay them back in increments. But payday loans are a big, fuck you to the poor too. And that's capitalism for you. You can find all kinds of businesses that are geared toward just raking the poor over the coals. Adjustable rate mortgages. Adjustable rate mortgages are really bad for poor people. They're like, oh, I could own a house and I could pay this low interest rate and then I can refinance in 5 years. No, you can't refinance in 5 years. Those payday loans are insane. There are loans that First Nation tribes give. Oh, those are huge scams. Oh, man, 600% interest. It's crazy. Yeah. We could talk about how expensive it is to be poor all day. Wow. Just all kinds of stuff is hard for poor people. It just makes it harder for them to get ahead. And, I mean, if I had my way, the social safety net would include a house for anybody just starting out. Just give them as long as, some kind of house and a basic stipend for living and expenses, just to give them a start. And, already you have something you can pass on to the next generation if you decide to have kids. Universal basic income. I know that was being floated by Mark Zuckerberg. I've talked about it with my friends over the past 5 years. A universal basic income would be a smart thing to do. Because here's the thing. People think that people will just be lazy and they won't go out and get another job. But you know what? What I've seen is when people have a little bit, they want more. They want more, and they're gonna go out and get more. They want a better job. They want a better life. But if they don't have a starting point, they don't have a starting point where they can be healthy and comfortable. I mean, at least be food secure and have shelter. They don't have their basic needs met. They're not going to be able to move on from there. And yeah, I think a universal basic income will be a great social safety net. And I don't think a lot of people would take advantage of it. I think only about 2% would. Do you know that in England, and I heard this from British people that I worked with in business. In England, you do not have to work. If you're off work, no questions asked. They'll have a social worker come around and see if you're looking for jobs, how you're doing, but you can choose not to work. Most people don't choose not to work. It might be 2 to 4% of the people choose not to work, and they can live off that basic income, but most people have the ambition to do more. It's a point of pride. People take pride in their work, and if they have that universal basic income and they have affordable education, they can train themselves to do something else, and they will. That's how a capitalist society is. Of course, if we're going to continue capitalism in this society, we have to regulate the hell out of it, because it is not working out for people. It is just not working out for people. It's getting worse and worse. I saw, let me tell you something. When I started as a temp in tech support, I made $11.50 an hour as a temp. 3 months later, I made $12.50 an hour. You know how much they pay tech support people now? $9 an hour to start. That I started in 1998, and these people were here in 2017 making $9 an hour. I mean, they expect millennials to buy all the things that my generation bought. That's impossible. Yeah, Jay, I agree with you. The welfare queen is a myth. That was a Reagan perpetrated myth. He was the one who, well, not Reagan didn't start it, but Reagan popularized it. It was around before Reagan was president, but I was 8 years old when I became politically active. I loved learning about politics, and my dad, of course, being European, it's a big European thing. They will discuss politics in the home. My dad discussed politics with me. I was arguing with him at 8 years old. I was on the wrong side then, and I changed my mind later. But, oh, yeah, paramedics make $12.15 an hour. Now, when you do the fight for 15 for fast food, that's the thing people always bring up. Oh, paramedics only make $12 to $15 an hour. Well, why the hell aren't they mad about that? Nurses aides only make $9 an hour, $10.50 an hour, $13 an hour. That is ridiculous. They are taking care of your loved one's health, and they're making that little bit of money. They should be mad about it. We should be mad about it. Wages and salaries have stagnated. And CEO salaries have gone up astronomically. I mean, I've seen CEO pay. CEO pay is insane. It's, 400 and sometimes, most of the time, what the average worker makes. So, I mean, I'm doing pretty decent in what I do, but I see what millennials are making in the jobs that they have, if they can get jobs. Some of them have been looking for a year and a half. People are like, oh, why didn't you get a job? They've been looking. They've been applying. I have one friend. I'm not going to mention his name. He's not on live right now, but I won't mention his name for, I don't want to embarrass him or anything. But he was looking for a job. He's been looking for a job in his field for so long. And he's been trying. He's gone to interviews, and he keeps getting turned down. He's trying. People are like, just get a job. Well, it's not as easy as everybody makes it out to be. And then you got to settle for something that doesn't pay anything. How are you supposed to live? I mean, I've seen the cost of living go up way high. I mean, 2001, companies tightened the belt, started paying less. Wages stagnated. 2008 rolls around. All these people lost their jobs, and they're underemployed now. Customer owns a restaurant who already pays his waitress $15.50. That's pretty awesome. $15.50 an hour is great for waitressing, and we need to get rid of the whole tip system. I think tips are insane. I've seen people tip $1 or $2. I used to wait tables. When I waited tables, I think it was $2.35 an hour. I think they barely make above that. I think there's like $2.80 or something. And I asked the waitress the other day. I don't remember what she said now, but it's still less than $3 an hour. What the hell? And you got to rely on people's tips. You might be a great server and somebody's just cheap. You might be a terrible server, and then you're just going to get more depressed because you're not making any money. Oh, Bethany. Oh, yeah. I mean, in 1998, I got robbed at gunpoint at Papa John's. I was a manager. My manager fired me because I was looking for another job 5 months later because he didn't come through on his promises. He was supposed to put in security doors and and security cameras, and he never did. And and as far as that goes, security years never happened. I went to look for another job because I got a reference, and he fired me for looking for another job. He bragged about it to all the people in management, and all the people in management were friends of mine. And the friends of mine ended up walking out on him, and it was funny. Jacqueline, I'm not watching you. I don't have anybody on the broadcast with me right now. I know Jay tried, but it didn't work out. So anyway, my boss fired me, bragged about it, and I had those friends of mine tell the management, because he gave me a bad reference too. I told the hiring manager that I was given a bad reference on purpose, and they gave me a second chance, and that's how I started working at FedEx. I fought for this job, and I, moved up, and here I am, IT professional. So, but yeah, they'll fire you for anything. It's insane. You want to get ahead, you have any ambition, they're going to fire you for having any ambition. And it does cost them to replace you, but they should learn to pay people. You pay people, they're not going to want to leave. You give them benefits, they're not going to want to leave. And your turnover, you won't be paying for turnover. So there's that. I see it all happen. See, the thing is, I was out in the field. I worked with every type of business. I've seen the ones that succeed. I've seen the ones that fail. And I've seen how much people pay. I watched a warehouse manager in 2008 go from $20 an hour down to $10.50. And I'm reading your comment, Jay. That mentality, fire people before they leave, also vanishes once you transition into the middle class and skilled work. It's another slight on the poor. Yeah, that's the thing. In my job, they want you to advance. It makes the manager look good. If you end up advancing into something else and they give you tuition reimbursement, I can take advantage of $5,000 a semester for tuition reimbursement. You don't get that when you're poor and you're not working for somebody who has that. You can go to work for BP. They give tuition reimbursement. You can do that at entry level. But most companies don't do it, and it's tough to get it. So, and yeah, in skilled work, even if you go to another company, they're very professional about you leaving. Jay is absolutely right here. I've seen it so many times, and he's seen it so many times, I'm sure. I have friends of mine that moved on to other companies, and the manager's happy. I had a friend, coworker, about 6-7 years ago, ended up getting a project manager job. It was a better fit for him than the job he was doing with us. And my manager was happy for him and helped him and gave him a good reference. So, yeah, it is ridiculous, and it's hard to get these jobs. My job, the position I had before this one, I got a phone call and said, you're not going to be doing what you do in the field anymore. You're going to be coming in and having a home office and doing this. This was a phone call I got. I didn't apply for that job. I got that job through somebody picking me. And then this job, I didn't exactly get picked, but I got strongly encouraged to apply for it. And I mean, really strongly nudged. And I got this job. I had to apply for this job though. I had to apply, and it was a process where I had competition. So it's a little different this time. The job before that's different. Yeah, Jay, that's exactly it. This is your position now. This one I had to fight for. This one was a really good fit for me. I love my job right now. There's things I don't love about it. I don't spend as much time with my family, but the job itself, I deal with IT professionals all the time. And that's a lot of fun. People who can commiserate, people who have similar experiences to you. I work with servers more than I work with anything else now. But it's big projects. I basically stabilize huge corporations and all the setup they have with their servers. So it's interesting and it's challenging. But it's not easy getting these positions. I look at similar positions to mine. They want 15 years experience, 10 years experience. Where are you going to get that experience getting out of college? They want people who are already been in the IT world. They don't want people who just starting out. But don't let it discourage you. If you have the qualifications, go for the interview. And if you ace that interview, they may just give you a chance. Because when I started, I was supposed to have a CIS degree, MIS degree. I don't have a degree. My degree program I was working on was English. I have no IT anything education, okay, except what I got while I'm working here. And the thing is, I was skilled with computers, and I could prove that in the interview. Well, they will ask you questions that you prove it. And so if you're going for a job and you have the education and you have some skills, but you can't quite prove it, you don't have a certification, go to the interview anyway. Trying to hire a senior engineer out, looking for 8+ years and top certification. There you go. You got to find somebody who's already in the IT world, already in that world. So, the people out starting out, they don't have a lot. They don't have a lot to go off of. This went fast. Doing this live is nice. I appreciate you keeping on talking to me, Jay, and Becky contributing, a couple other people, because I'd like to do this on a regular basis if you guys don't mind me talking, and it makes this workout go really fast. I ended up doing a half hour of the last 60 minutes I did without chatting, and it went slow. I'm almost done. I'm 25 minutes left is all I had. I'm at 22. So thank you. Appreciate it tremendously. Are there any topics you'd like me to go off on a rant on next time around or anything like that? I'll ask again on my timeline, but I would like to know. I will talk about anything you want to talk about. I am not afraid. Although, there might be a few topics since I'm live and this is public. Might not want to, post, but Trump's tax plan. Oh man, I read Trump's platform when he was running as a candidate. Now, this plan is based on pure fantasy and supply side economics, and that's what he's going for. He's going for big tax cuts for the rich, and the poor will actually have their taxes go up, which they have money anyway, and they're going to have their taxes go up. It's ridiculous. It's going to cost us $2.4 trillion. Taxpayers, we already have a deficit, and we need to overcome the deficit because the budget deficit leads to more debt. And we really, I don't know about you, but I don't want Congress spending any more money than we give them. Oh, yeah, Bethany. Yeah, I better keep it safe for work. I can't talk about the things we talk about in the secret group, although I could go live in there one day. I like to do those with Jeannie, though, because that's more fun. Jeannie's over watching TV right now. And, hello. She's waving at me. But yeah, those we did 2 25-minute Ask Me Anything videos for that secret group we have. But as far as this goes, I can talk about politics. I can talk about, my journey from Catholicism to atheism. I can talk about anything you want, really. Just if it's off limits, I'll say I probably shouldn't talk about that, and we can go from there. But anything you want to talk about. That's how expensive it is to be poor. That's a really good topic that Jay brought up, and how hard it is to get hired into these comfy positions where we're 5% in the top 5% of income earners, and I don't think we earn that much money. It's not enough to really make you rich, but we are in the top 5%. So what's that tell you about the rest of the people? The 1%, there's a lot of difference between the 1% and the 5%. Now, let me tell you, a ton of difference. But I don't know. All right, I am at 25 minutes. Thank you for joining, and thanks for listening to me.